how bad his current is. That tow bar is having trouble maneuvering against it.
The current was so strong pushing us towards the dam, which is incredibly dangerous. And we just kept rushing towards it, and we were all like, oh my God, put the brakes on. So we grabbed hold of Mansker's boat, and they revved their motors and held us in place.
We just held on for dear life to his boat.
That gripping over there.
Okay, good. Way, way too close.
I
just heard, get up now, boys. That's what I heard.
Water was coming up into the canoe. We were bailing. I still am standing here. I really don't know what happened.
We're set to go on this. We have a crew that's set to go. We have a team of paddlers that's set to go. We have a canoe that's set to go, but the conditions aren't just right now. At the headwaters of the Mississippi River, there are 3 lakes that we have to paddle across. And right now, 2 of those lakes, Cass Lake and Winnebagochish, are still frozen. And look at this. There are some conditions that look great. The river is high right now. The river is flowing fast. But every second that we waiting for the ice to melt, the river goes down.
I mean, I absolutely thought I was going to come up here today and see a great big change over what we had seen 36 hours ago. The unfortunate truth here is there is still a lot of ice on Winnie. I'm positive you tomorrow is not in the, you're going to get stuck. I'm not even sure about Tuesday at this point.
We were supposed to launch on May 3rd, and now we're talking about launching on like May 8th or 9th. Hopefully it goes out, and then we still have high water and really good conditions, and warm weather and stuff. So it's fine. And it's a blessing in disguise because we weren't really ready, and now we're like 97% ready.
Okay, 3 minutes. They hit the river, 3 minutes.
In my mind, I don't see a disparate relationship between support team and canoe team. It's one big team, Mississippi Speed Record.
What we're trying to do is provide for the safety of the paddlers and get them their food and hydration and whatever equipment and first aid they might need.
Scott Duffus has spent over 200 hours making all these modifications to the boat. Everybody wants to know what we're naming the boat, and we decided a few weeks ago, but let's give it up for this beautiful canoe named the Mighty Duffus. Woo-hoo!
Of course, I was on the last attempt as well, so.
So you just said you were on the last attempt.
Yes.
So this is not your first time doing this?
No, this will be my second.
How did the first time go?
I wanted to let everybody know that we are all okay. Everybody is safe and warm and dry, and that's the most important thing. Here's what happened. And we still had a chance. We were right there with about 135 miles to go. We had extremely high winds and high surf. We're bouncing in the waves, 5 feet up, 5 feet down, the canoe's getting sucked under the support boat. Our arms are getting ripped off. And finally, the choice was made for us. As the canoe filled with water, there was about a 2-second opportunity, and all in one quick motion, the 4 of us jumped on board the ship, and I watched the canoe swirl around the back of the support boat and go under the waves, never to be seen again. Oh, Duff has just sent an update.
Wrong. I think we were both expecting to see a lot more ice along the shore today than we did. And so yeah, we're getting close enough where I could say I think the decision will be whether or not you start tomorrow or start the next day. That's probably where you're at decision-wise from my vantage point anyway.
So we sit here right now having made the decision we're going to go tomorrow. All right, so there are 4 people in the canoe. There's Scott, Judd, Paul, and myself. Scott is the leader of this group.
Well, Scott is the guru. Knows where we are at all times. We're like just cranking away. Anyone know where we are right now? Oh yeah, well 2 years ago we passed that rock over there. Yeah, in about 100 yards we're gonna pass probably a dead cottonwood tree on the left bank. He's forgotten more about this river than we know.
Judd is a scientist in terms of not only paddling, but how to make this all happen.
And just a great sense of humor.
Paul has the most amazing resume of ultra endurance athletics.
Paul has a calmness to him that I admire.
I called Wally the father. So gifted at seeing the big picture that he was like having your dad on the team.
The neatest part about all of these guys is our team dynamic. I'm knocking on wood now because we got to put ourselves through the battle test of this trip.
It's not very many days that you can wake up and have this big of an adventure on your plate for breakfast. So you have to relish the moment.
Good start.
Heck yeah, guys.
Yeah. This is it.
We also gave a gesture and offered some tobacco to the river. It put us in our proper place with respect to the river, insofar as the river will always win, right? This was not about conquering the river. It really has everything to do with living in harmony with it.
O God, you call these paddlers to a venture of which has an uncertain ending, by tracks as yet unpaddled, through perils unknown. Give them faith to go out with good courage, not knowing what the future holds, but only that your hand is leading and your love supporting, through the light of day and the dark of night. Amen.
Amen. All right. Absolutely no adrenaline in this area at this point.
Start your end game.
All right.
Good. Paul, get down. Paul, get down.
Get down. Get down, Paul.
My seat just fell out.
God, it's shallow. A little bit left, if there's a rock.
Crawl up. Crawl up.
Got it? Wally?
Okay, a little beaver dam.
See this stuff on the left here? Holy shit.
We gotta get paralleled up. This is bad. Right.
This is where we cannot break the boat. This is the time to be careful as all get out.
Now go. Back right, boys.
Stop by Frank, he's giving us stuff. You taking this in, Judd? I mean, isn't it just the best? This is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt.
Left drop. Good. Right drop.
Just so you know, there's no muck boots.
How much time we got?
4 minutes, boys. Let's back.
You guys are amazing.
That was a good pit stop, guys.
we forgot to ask for an ice report. I bet they'll have one at Bemidji. Possible cut through on the right per the map. It would cut off the big horseshoe if there is one. And we managed to make it through the headwaters, and we're actually a little bit ahead of time. I'm completely happy with that.
It's very intense. We just started. That's the crazy part, right?
Came within 2 inches of peril constantly, but we didn't make any mistakes. Anybody need any blister things that work really well for blisters?
We're at 10 minutes, guys. 10 minutes.
We were cruising, and then all of a sudden the trees down everywhere.
11 minutes.
11 minutes, let's go. 15 minutes, 15 minutes, all right.
Thanks, guys. You guys are awesome.
You guys rock.
Yeah.
Thank you. Have fun.
We made some time up on those.
Yeah. We're over an hour ahead.
Yep.
Oh my God, this is good.
What do you got?
Clam chowder.
Oh, wow.
Someone told me that it took him 16 days to get to Bemidji. And we were trying to do the whole thing in 16 days. That's when it hits you that's like, this is a long journey.
And you've got blood on your left ear.
Me?
Yeah, it looks stable.
It's dried. Stable.
It's completely redefined my definition of endurance sports. You know, I used to think about a marathon or triathlon or a century bike ride or something. That's an endurance sport. It's nothing like that. It doesn't even compare to what these guys do.
So we are at one of the landings on the south end of Lake Winnipegashish. All of the ice is gone. Amazingly, to have weather like this, where it's glass on a huge lake that doesn't take much wind, to get pretty nasty, this is a big deal. This is really cool. We're gonna jump in the boat here in an hour or so, meet them back at where the river comes into the lake, and then we're gonna follow them across the lake.
Lake Winnie for me has been something that I had been having anxiety about for a long time, probably over a year. From what I understand, it's like 22 miles or something like that across a giant lake that's like 33 degrees, which means that if you were to flip over, you have about 15 minutes before you die, maybe 30 if you're lucky.
You guys come here often?
This isn't exactly a normal activity.
Are we there yet? Oh, you know what? We're just looking for a parking spot, guys.
I mean, there's more big obstacles to come, but it's a big one. I'm definitely ready for some current.
I like sand compared to concrete. It always feels good when the sun starts coming back up.
Yeah.
All right, are you guys ready to go?
No, I need my food bag.
Well, I'll give you some of our food, and that way we can get out, all right? T-minus 60 seconds, guys.
Let's do it.
Got Paul food.
He's got Paul's food.
Okay, we're good.
We're good.
Scott, we're good. Thanks. No problem.
I don't want him to just eat pudding.
I don't want him to only eat pudding.
He's right here. Let's just get it.
Okay. Oh, okay. That's what you call a shore runner.
Wow.
Thank you, Scott. Oh, thanks so much.
I am not a sprinter.
No, well,
Thank you so
thank
much.
you so much. That is awesome.
Wow.
Woo.
Yeah, I guess he felt man cannot live by pudding alone.
Looking good. Did you whack your face? Is that just a mark?
I don't know.
I can't see.
I told Alex nobody makes me bleed my own blood.
So did you do it to yourself?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Is he here?
All right, boys, let's go. Let's go.
Get in there, foot. What the? You're supposed to be asleep. Hey, Jadabug. Julia. Hi, my girlies.
All right, guys.
Peace out, Juddy.
Good sleep, dude.
Yeah.
Just dry clothes. They're coming, I think, in about 10, 15 minutes, but I think we're in pretty good shape. Hydration station, so each paddler has a specified set of hydration instructions.
All right, guys, 546. Here we go. We worked hard to get that 546. We can't piss it away.
These are mine.
Be deliberate. You know what you're going to do. Be deliberate.
You guys are ready? Woo! Do it! Yeah!
When I went to my first Cub Scout day camp, they taught us how to canoe. And then I started canoe racing when I was a teenager in high school. My paddling peaked probably between 2009 and 2014. I was going to a lot of really big races and doing very well in those races. So while my better results paddling are a little bit dated as of right now, I got a skill set and I'm ready to go.
Belly button has got stuff in it at first.
And in 1998, I did a National Outdoor Leadership School, NOLS expedition in Utah on the Green River, and it was just magical. I loved it. So I did a lot of adventure racing, so you run, bike, and paddle, and navigate and all that. But I love the team dynamics of paddling, figuring out how everyone fits into the scheme and how everyone plays their special role. Like everybody has their own like specialty.
You getting some sleep there, Judd?
It's like really close, you know?
Yeah.
It's like so close to sleep without being asleep.
And my dad said, well, son, I'll learn how to race canoes with you. He approaches every single race as a war and a battle. And there's just so much intensity coming from him. And I think that I've found a way, in my own way, to take that intensity, to use it, and also help turn it into like a calm.
All right, so we do have the opportunity for a possible cut through up here that would shave off a chunk. Our mileage to the next checkpoint just went from 14.8 to 14.3.
Yes, half mile.
Well, my father, he took me on the Minnehaha Creek, and my brother and I were in the canoe with him, and we hit a rock and flipped over, and the canoe cracked in half. And it was like one of the best days of my childhood, because there's something about being out in the wilderness with other people, doing something fun. You're just there for the being together part of it, and then it's so beautiful.
All right, guys, let's start discussing exactly what we're going to do so we game plan this out so we can have a short stop.
Hey, everybody on Facebook, thanks for following along.
Cool, thanks, guys.
I got it.
They would go live from the river. That was all on the paddlers. One of the big things that I had to do is update where are they, what's their current speed, and how far are they ahead or behind the current world record. Because people were insanely insatiable with that data. And if I didn't post right away, or if it was a long time, I would get messages like, hey, where are they? Are you going to do an update soon?
All right, fellas.
Butter.
I love you. All right, get out there and snack away.
Hey man, how you feeling?
I am incredibly tired.
What night is it? How many nights have you been out here now?
Tired. Well, it's the third morning.
Third morning, second night.
Overnight paddle.
And you haven't slept very much, right?
I haven't actually fallen asleep in the truest sense of the word. I'm gonna try to hit some coffee. I know, you keep thinking you're seeing things that aren't there. Oh my God, you guys, I thought that this thing, the light, I thought it was a monkey. I was like, is that a monkey?
48 hours, guys. Oh, nice.
All right, we're gonna hit that. What is that thing? It's just like floating lumber.
What's going on?
We're hung up. Can you help us? Push it. Push. What do you want me to do? Just push. 6:45. Decide how much you want to give. We're not giving more than 10 minutes. Go, 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 go.
I can't get out here. A little deep. Come on, whoa, what's going on? Guys. Come on, you got it, communicate.
The other team, they really hammered it in this next section. So we really got to be efficient. We got to stay moving and we got to get things going in the boat because we'll probably see our advantage that we've got drop over the next 70 to 100 miles. 3 minutes. Come on, Paul Cox, poop in the boat.
Oh, everybody wants to know how you're gonna poop in the boat.
There are 2 seats in the canoe that literally have a hole cut in them and that you can take the piece of wood out.
Remove before making deposits.
Yeah.
That was 8 minutes, guys. Good job.
Thank you. Bye, y'all.
I'm still taking pills, guys.
Okay.
Doing what I can do. Get me to stay awake here.
This woman from McGregor got you a couple of blizzards.
Right there. Coming in hot.
Guys, he has blizzards there for us. Do we want them? Somebody run it up here!
It's gonna be a bear to come back.
It's gonna be. Damn it. We gotta go.
We're very sad and regretful about the blizzard situation. We come to the Aiken Diversion Channel. There's a chance that we can run it, but we absolutely have to stop and scout it. The mist blizzard just about killed me. I felt so terrible.
All right, well, maybe we can do something about that.
And I thought, let's get some ice cream and bring it to him. It's in my cooler, so we're gonna try it. This is second attempt.
I don't understand, guys. I don't understand what we're doing right now. I really don't understand what we're doing.
You want this?
No, show on it. Let's do this.
Good.
Nice. I think Scott wanted the blizzard. I think Paul wanted a blizzard too.
Oh, that's not runnable. That is not runnable. No way. Oh my God.
I got some finger care I gotta take care of.
Otherwise, we could just get a nail clippers at the next. Oh, perfect.
You got the blizzards? All right, right on. It's gonna get crazy.
Hey, Wally, how's that blizzard?
Really hits the spot, man.
Good.
Good stuff right here. How you doing up there, Juddy?
Good.
How's the power meter?
Power meter's, well, it ain't full. Perhaps it's just a hardwired, messed up thing about my nature, but I love the suffering part of it. And I actually have some mantras that I'll say to myself during these kinds of events where I'll say, ease into the suffering, love the suffering, ease into the suffering, love the suffering. And it's almost like fun. And it starts to just go away.
Another time, turning around. Let's see. You know, it's really hard to sort of find these places after dark.
They're at Crowing State Park with Mouthwash and Daniela. We need to see Daniela.
I know, I'm so excited. Hi, baby.
Yeah.
We need to, we're gonna sleep too. We're both exhausted.
I'm beginning to think that this is an extreme activity.
I saw some people on a porch that weren't there. And there wasn't a porch either.
To help you set up.
We're gonna fly for a walk.
It's like extremely extreme. I mean, it really is like off the charts. I mean, like really.
It's pretty bad when you fall asleep in front of a canoe. You could fall out.
Let's get moving. Let's roll. Move it. Let's roll. We can do a lot of this fixing stuff in the middle of the boat.
Thank you. Here we go.
Let me just perfect. Let me get your sleep.
Right here. I am very sensitive to caffeine, and I haven't had any.
All right, I'll just go with that.
So that is going to be my solution. I think, oh man, I am just in the hurt locker, falling asleep even while we're counting.
I'm pretty good right now.
My body tore up. And we knew this was gonna happen. We talked about this, right? But yeah, I think that we need to start thinking long term, like 17 days wise.
It's not just being sleepy, you know. When you're sleepy, you don't drink. You don't drink, you get a headache. You get a headache, you're grumpy, and you get under your teammate's skin. Nobody talks in the boat. 1 hour seems like 10 hours. And you know, it all just adds up.
So explain to me the logic why you don't want to go into the fast water.
Well, we can't go, so we've got trees now on there.
That was the channel. It was just a big ass tree in the middle of the channel.
I know. Well, I don't want to hit trees.
You're doing good, man, and I don't mean to come down on you like this. You just have to realize that at some points you're gonna be fucked up, right? You're probably hallucinating and seeing things right now, and that's okay. I mean, we're all gonna be like that.
See the red blinky light straight in front of us? That's where we're going.
Stay close over here.
Not yet. It's
not working. It's not working. We gotta get Duffus to help us with these rudder pedals. Yeah.
All right, you need to do draw stroke, Scott. Draw stroke from where you're at, all right? Draw stroke. Guys that are doing the canoe, this is what we got. We're going back to 3 seats, right?
Yep.
We're gonna run bow stern, seat 3.
Come and help.
Relax.
Come and help. We're fine. That's not gonna hurt us.
That Duffus, that's part of your soul dying.
Yeah, I know. You're right.
Okay. What's the forecast?
Forecast for the weather?
Pain.
Okay, we're ready whenever you guys are.
When was the last time you slept?
I don't know.
What are you guys doing?
What's that?
Where are you guys?
Where are we going?
What are you doing with this?
Oh, well, we're from all over the country. We're called Team Mississippi Speed Record, and we're going to try to break the world record for the fastest paddle down the whole Mississippi.
What do you guys do for hydration? Life straws? Are you guys with them too? We're the help. So do you ride in that canoe or do you drive? We drive.
Hey man, really nice talking to you.
Likewise. How many people are actually riding on the canoe? There's 4 in the boat, and then we have a support crew of, I mean, it's big. That's custom, isn't it? Mm-hmm. You guys do this every year?
No.
No?
Let me get out of the way.
Hang on. All right, well, let's organize the boat just a little bit. We might as well wait for Judd because I think it's unsafe for one person.
You got to change now, right?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, he's got to change.
You have to change.
Yep, where are the boxes here?
They're not. They're up in the car. But the outsider perspective that I'm bringing is that you all need to chill a little bit right now.
So
you guys got to get going. You got to beat this record, eh?
Yeah, we do.
They are. Fishing opener today. Actually, I've been fishing since midnight. I've been up since 5 o'clock this morning.
And they call us the nutty one.
And then I came down here and I seen some nutcase with a canoe, and I was going to tell you guys you're going to die. So the idea is we can't step over there because it's deep.
Right.
It's a lot more gradual. See this? Oh yeah. I fished here my whole life. But there's rocks in here. You're good till you get out here.
All right.
And it's very Indian. 1, 2, 3. Oh, geez, March. Okay.
Yes. Good job.
Okay. Right.
Jason, thank you so much, man.
Likewise. This has been cool.
I got to make an admission here, guys. Duffus told me like all kinds of stuff about this next portage, and I don't remember a damn thing. Sorry.
On the Mississippi River, there is a system of mile markers. They start at the headwaters, but it descends all the way down to 0, and the 0 is the confluence of the Ohio River and the Mississippi River at Fort Defiance. Then once again, those miles start again to mile marker 0.
So Guinness says the challenge ends when you reach that beacon at mile marker 0.
We're gonna line it up like this. So.
Yep, got it.
Yep.
Oh, we see movement.
This way?
Yep.
Hi.
These lovely people made scones.
What? Oh, we've been following you guys, so they're excited. They just made this one.
Oh, dude.
You guys can take it.
Oh, I'm taking
gosh,
two.
Thank you.
How's your body? You're walking like you hurt.
Yeah, it doesn't work quite right. All the sleep up until now is like, I think I kind of slept. This sleep was like, I was dead.
It goes well.
Wally, jump. That's the spot. Hold this back as much as you possibly can.
Yep. Watch the rudder.
Got it. One more move. Yeah. I know you guys all know this, but you got to sleep a little more.
Yeah. That's a huge noggin. It's like an order in a toothpick.
So we're gonna need to find a little space here in between a couple fishermen. I think you gotta go on the inside of that tree. Faster! How far are they going?
Marlin.
Yeah, guys!
2,100 miles to go, right? Pick up your paddle and follow me.
Pick up your paddle and follow me. I am a Mississippi paddler. I am a Mississippi paddler.
And now it's Sauk Rapids time.
This is the big event.
In my mind, this is the second real hazard. Like the first hazard was Winnie, and then the second hazard in my mind was the Sauk Rapids.
And I was excited because, you know, at least it wasn't night.
Normally, I'd be really excited, but you know, we haven't even gotten anywhere close to halfway yet, so I just want to get it out of the way.
Yep.
There's a lot to lose, very little to gain.
Yep, exactly.
Check.
New Orleans, here we come.
Here we go again.
Here we go again.
All lead the way. You know the line. We got total faith in you.
All right, guys, I appreciate it.
Really good. Don't get complacent. No hubris. Come on, Rick. Oh, you're good. Up.
Nice job, guys.
Yeah, guys. Woo! Woo!
All right, on the count of 3, can we do a 4 paddle spin over our head? 1, 2, 3. Minneapolis is my hometown, and so having a lot of my friends and family come out was so awesome.
I'm out here tonight to go down the river as far as I can, wishing Scott and his team the best, and I certainly hope he's successful this go around.
Hubba, hubba! Oh yeah!
Hi, Bob. Thank you all for coming out.
Here goes.
Hey, Bob. Hi, Chris. Thank you.
I didn't know it at the time, but it was like the positive vibe of the Mississippi Speed Record was starting to spill over beyond us. So it was like, people care.
People are here for us.
Right.
I can tell my granddaughter that I kayaked with the group that set the Guinness World Record.
And then they were also drawing inspiration from us. I mean, we're getting notes as we travel down the river from people who are in the hospital saying, I can't do anything with my life right now other than recover from this pain or trauma or surgery that I had. I'm checking in on you guys every 20 minutes and drawing hope and inspiration from you all.
Oh, we got it. Look at that.
1.2 million unique visitors came to Facebook to follow along on this attempt. It's not just the 4 paddlers. It's not just the 30 people on the support team. You know, there's literally, you know, over 1 million people watching and invested. Like, are they going to finish? Are they going to break the record?
Hey, for everybody that's here, it's very empowering, and it gives us a lot of inspiration to do this, to see all of the support that we've got. And thank you so much for being here, and thank you for being a part of our adventure. Yeah.
It completely overwhelmed me. I mean, I just had no clue that we would get this much support. I mean, it was unreal. Like when you're feeling down, I mean, you just thought about them, like the little kids with the signs, you know, like I gotta paddle for that kid, so.
Oh my God. Oh my circadian rhythm is kicking in.
Set, go!
By the time we got there, that was our last portage. I was ready to be done with those portages.
Jesus, this is nasty.
Whoa!
Woo! Hey, that's the hardest part.
Well done.
Next part of Mississippi River should be good. But the strategy will change a little bit. We'll have the support boat. We're gonna paddle. We'll do switches on the locks if we can, utilizing that support boat.
We are a support boat escorting a 4-man canoe. We're running down outside the buoys. This beautiful boat that you're sitting on is the Falcon, and it was purpose-built for helping with events on the Missouri River, especially the MR340, which is the greatest and best canoe race ever conceived of and executed. Anyway, she is able to do things that you wouldn't expect of a boat that's 50 years old and has 20,000 river miles under her hull. So we're pretty proud of Falcon. She's not much to look at, but she's got it where it counts.
I mean, I felt like I was meeting a shepherd to take us down the river. I mean, I had a guardian angel, you know, and their pizza was awful. I don't know why they would bring a hamburger pizza, but I hated it because it was pizza.
Hey guys, no more portages.
I will start by saying I didn't want to come. I mean, I was on the first expedition, 2021, and it was traumatic. I mean, I just remember some of the team members just in the houseboat afterwards when we found a safe place to land, and they were crying. I mean, just having all that effort expended and be 138 miles from the end, and then it's just over. When the canoe's gone, it's over. Scott immediately asked, well, you know, within a couple of months, he asked if I would be prepared to do it again in a couple of years. And I said yes. Part of it because, you know, the way the male mind works, a couple of years is so far in the future that you don't take it very seriously, maybe. But I committed to it. And so that's how this started for me.
This whole sleep thing, I shouldn't have gotten behind the 8 ball that first day. That was dumb of me. I should have just slept. Everyone started sleeping a second time before I slept my first time. Today's been a rough one.
Okay, Wally, I am in the struggle bus. I just keep falling asleep. Damn it.
It's funny, I can hear Wally talking and keeping Scott engaged, and all I hear from Scott is yawning the whole time that Wally's talking.
And then the other thing is too, would be for us to switch positions. Because I gotta be honest with you, it's scary as hell knowing that I got somebody who's falling asleep driving this thing.
He's drank some Pepsi, he's drank some coffee, they're doing sprints, short sprints to try to get the blood flowing. And it works for about 5 minutes, and then it's time to try something else. So they're going to do a quick stop at the ramp up here and switch positions, so it's less taxing for Scott to be in the bow than in the stern.
Not too bad to the southbound.
Yeah, we're on approach to your lock. Just some weight instructions from you.
All right, keep it coming. We'll get it ready for you. You enter in on the green light.
Morning. 2 lines. Got it.
What's your prediction?
Pain.
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 Lots of pain. Well, I got a modification of that though.
Okay.
Hey, what's your prediction? Rain.
Rain. Rain. Wet pain.
Wet pain.
You know, the river, if it was left unchecked by dams, it would be a wild and natural river, and that would be awesome, but it wouldn't be effective for the large-scale moving of goods. First, you build a dam, and that creates a pool of deep water that towboat traffic can use to move heavy amounts of goods. You have to have a way then for them to go from pool to pool, so the locks is like a door in the dam.
It was a little bit unnerving because we never knew if we might get stuck for like 8 hours at a dam. I mean, it's happened to teams who've tried to do this.
Is there anything dry in your boat?
That's a funny question. The only thing dry is Paul's sense of humor. Hey!
Mobetta, do you copy?
Yeah, copy standing by. I'm going to try to slide up alongside them and let them come to me.
We have 2 safety boats. Mike Cooper's boat, the Mobetta, will be the day boat. Then they'll switch, and the Falcon will be on duty.
There's a shower in your parents' RV. Brad's trying to get the campground showers open.
Okay.
So
Fantastic.
hopefully there will be 2.
We're at about 30 minutes.
Already?
Yeah. Did you shower?
Oh, yes.
30 minutes is up. Guess it's just me. Just me.
Oh, yeah, happy Mother's Day!
Woo! Happy Mother's Day!
Told these guys, so if I didn't get to see my mom for Mother's Day, I was going to stop paddling.
Love you! XOXO! Love you too.
Love you, Mom! Happy Mother's Day!
Thank you!
The next big landmark was Red Wing and then Pepin. I don't think any of us had any idea that Pepin was going to be like that.
No. I was the one that always talked about hubris. If you take anything for granted for too long, that it's not going to turn out well. And that's the way I felt about Lake Pepin. We were cruising along real well and not even thinking about Lake Pepin.
But we turned the corner to Lake Pepin and it was like the light switch, just boom! I mean, wind and waves, huge in our face.
Pepin was big, really big, and like the whole time, from the entrance to the exit, all 22 miles. Whew.
To be able to come through my hometown, which just has the river as this like the central focus of the city, was so cool. Sure enough, My daughters are there. Like 50 of my friends are there.
Yes, sir, it was a hard day.
Daddy's girl 100.
Come here, you. Come here. Oh my God.
Your lip is bleeding, by the way.
It's okay. It's no problem. Come here, honey. One more huggy. And there's a few things I have to do.
Like almost every boat ramp, landing, spot in the river that was accessible was filled with people from my town. The boat surges. Like when you get a pickup like that, when you're emotionally supported and
Woo! Yeah, yeah! Yeah! This is awesome! Hey! That's my neighbor, Reggie! Oh my gosh! Now that's how you pump a team up! Woo! Yeah! Okay, love you girls!
Bye, ladies.
I talked to both my daughters separately, and when I talked to Julia, she said one of the most beautiful things anyone's ever said to me about this trip. And I said, honey, you know, I know it's gonna be hard for me to be gone for, 3-4 weeks to do this, and if you don't want me to go, I won't go. She said, yeah, it's gonna be hard, but Daddy, like, you gotta follow your dreams. You gotta do this.
Good luck. And they're crazy.
We're connected through this river. You see people up and down this river, and you talk to them. They're enthusiastic about the river for lots of different reasons. It might be recreation, it might be their commercial activity, but they all have this connection to it, and there's an enthusiastic support for the importance and the beauty of this river, and that's been really fun to see.
I believe that we're all put on the planet for a purpose. We're all part of something that's way bigger than what I can comprehend. Part of my faith is not really knowing where I fit into everything, but knowing that I'm here for a reason. I'm outdoors for a reason. I want to be the best person I can be for a reason.
I've often told people like the most spiritual moments I've ever had in my life have just been me being outside, usually on a river. Just these like little insights of like, there's something bigger than us going on. I don't know what it is, but I feel it when I'm out there. I can just go out in nature and it's always waiting there for me to tap into.
Well, lately we've been getting up at 4 o'clock, prepare the meals. Usually it takes about an hour to get everything ready and send the crew change out.
We have the Elite 8, 4 teams of 2 people that do 12-hour shifts. And they will be in the rover car, which is the car that follows the canoe down the river, going from, boat ramp to boat ramp, essentially.
And I call it the traveling circus because we literally have a lot of logistics of campers and people and food and vehicles that have to move from one place to another every day.
Alligator!
Last night was beautiful. Very little wind, 0 fog. We passed 3 towboat with barges, and they were all just the nicest operators.
How far you gotta go for the world record?
Mile marker 0. We left 6 days ago.
Roger. Good luck.
You started to feel like maybe there's some destiny here. As every mile went by, and as I kept getting these updates, we just added another half hour to the lead. We added another 40 minutes to the lead. And inevitability was starting to sprout. The tiny little green shoots, like, we are gonna break the record unless something bad happens.
Yeah.
The starboard engine seems to be missing on 1 cylinder. It's a 3-cylinder motor. There was a short somewhere in the mass of million miles of wiring inside one of her motors. And so we kept blowing a fuse and losing power.
It's the Mo-Better engine that's broken. It's Falcon's, right?
Falcon engine is broken. There's something wrong with the Mo-Better too.
Oh shit.
It's our understanding that both of our support boats have are broken at this point.
Please stress that we have no water. This is really critical that we take care of ourselves right now.
Either dehydration now or it's gotta be to us within an hour on the boat.
I've got about 10 ounces of water, guys. So.
All right, Paul's got something you can give somebody if they need it.
We said, let's just buy a new motor. You know, we don't have time to mess with this. Called a guy, a Mercury dealer, Bob's Marine, and asked him a question that you almost surely would get a no to. We said, can we buy a motor from you today and have you hang it on the boat today before dark? But he said, yeah, I think we can do that for you.
Lock and dam number 12. We are 2.1 miles away.
Yeah, we've got a tow boat in here right now. We're locking northbound.
It's an hour. He said it's an hour.
Frustrating. You can't control your,
It's really frustrating.
leaving. And you can't control like the locks. Get here and the lock it's gonna be an hour. So
The paddling conditions right now are almost perfect paddling conditions. We've got good fast water. We've got a tailwind. We put in an hour on the record time, and we'll probably end up losing it here because of the wait for the lock and dam.
So the call came in to run to the grocery store, pick up food, liquids for them. This is how it kind of operates. These things are going to come up, and we got to respond to it.
So we bought the motor, he put it on in a couple hours, we got back with the team before dark.
Somebody told me once that I thought this was good. An adventure is a poorly planned trip.
Paul and Wally were sleeping. Judd and I were giddy with laughter because we had a big lead and we were going like 7 miles an hour while barely paddling. And everything was just calm and relaxed and wonderful and amazing.
Approaching Lock 15, which is a notorious lock. I mean, even the towboats are afraid of Lock 15 at this water level. The water's rushing over the dam, and if you don't make that entrance to the lock, you can have a lot of problems. So because of that concern, we called the lockmaster and said, you know, what would be best for us coming in there? And he said, well, we got a towboat coming out, so you're gonna have to wait. And it's hard to wait in that water that's going like 9 miles an hour trying to pull you over a dam. So
see how bad this current is?
We're waiting and the tug is not leaving, and we start to realize it's because the current is so strong the tug doesn't know they can get out of the lock.
I still am standing here and really don't know what happened.
Okay, good.
Way too close.
I just heard, get up now, boys. That's what I heard.
We just held on for dear lives to his boat.
Trying to go upstream, and the current is coming so swiftly that it starts coming into our canoes. It's incredibly dangerous.
The current is pushing us downstream. That's the center of the three toes. He's going to do something funny, and he's going to swing so he can drive upstream against the current. We want to be up there, so it's easy for us to go over there, but we don't want to be in his way, so we've got to stay over here. So I suspect what John's going to do is keep pointing upstream and then kind of just wiggle over there and then turn real quick and then go into the lock.
And we just barely made it around into the lock.
Heather, are you okay? Come on in the lock.
Copy that, Falcon. We're fighting our way over. Out.
I don't even know what's happening.
You guys okay?
Yeah, we're gonna go down and see if we can't find a better spot. Can we get a line? They're not gonna give us a line, John.
Oh, we got a bunch of water too.
Judd, you gotta go sleep. I'm wobbling as it is right here.
You had to put out a lot of effort to do what you did.
I knew that I couldn't continue unless Judd looked me in the eyes, and I told him this. I said, you have to look me in the eyes and tell me in a convincing tone of voice that you are ready to go, to keep going. Because I was worried. I was worried that he might not be willing to keep going. But he looked me right in the eye, and he very convincingly told me he was ready to go, which I was very happy to hear.
It's a reminder of how dangerous this is. Sobering reminder.
The intensity of these undertakings is so high that it makes other aspects of life seem really simple or less complicated. Now, that said, I was having an interesting talk with Paul this morning where what we're doing is actually tremendously less complicated than like being a father or being a partner or being a business owner or something like that. Those dynamics are so vastly more complicated than what we're trying to do.
Go ahead, Falcon. Are we good to answer? That's affirmed.
Going and paddling is an outlet. It's, you know, we talk about nature and being out in the outdoors as a cure and kind of a way to balance your life. That's what this is to me, even as hard as it is on the surface, and it will be extremely hard. Certainly not as hard, really, as being a dad, honestly.
So Wally's handing off some food, and we'll get him set up with hydration.
I think one of the things that's really neat about this trip, I can see relationships being formed. We're creating bonds, we're creating a positive vibe. At the end of the day, I think that's going to be the magic of the Mississippi Speed Record.
What's the most unexpected thing in this whole thing for you?
All of it. It's something that I've never done before. Not knowing who these people were going to be and what they were going to be like, and huge leap of faith. Look, a heart full of. Aww. There's been some things that have happened in the last couple years in my life that have made me kind of reevaluate things. I was assaulted by a patient and ended up with a pretty severe head injury, traumatic brain injury. It's changed my view on life and on a lot of different things. You've got to take those chances when you can. I feel very lucky and very blessed that they're just such amazing people.
Yeah, it's right down the street. See where these guys. I think they got it.
What did they get for breakfast this morning?
Chicken
Alfredo. If you call that breakfast. Okay, hold on. You're gonna mess me up. Let me put them out and then you can put them in.
So paddlers divide the river into 3 sections. And when you get through all the locks, it's like you have one more section to do. Mentally, that gives you a surge.
No, this is it. This is it, guys. This is the last one. The last lock.
2 things about the locks. One, it felt really good to be done with the locks.
See you on the other side, gentlemen.
I also knew that being done with the locks would bring on a whole next set of challenges with the river opening up. And while I was happy, there was also a feeling of trepidation.
And then it was Chain of Rocks time.
And the Chain of Rocks was something we built up because in 2021, when Scott did it, it was quite technical and quite scary.
The American flag, that's the rapids, right?
But the water was higher, and it was super anticlimactic because we were like, oh, it's the Chain of Rocks Rapids, we're gonna run the Chain of Rocks Rapids, and then it's like, good job, guys.
And then we went past the arch.
Yeah.
Tell me that wasn't awesome.
That was freaking awesome.
Past the arch.
Yeah! Woo!
St. Louis is great because that's like a huge checkpoint, man. You're entering like the bottom half of the river.
But what's crazy is the Chain of Rocks gets all this attention for being this gauntlet. It's actually the port of St. Louis that's really way more of a challenge.
Yeah.
So the port of St. Louis was brutal.
All right, buckle up your seatbelts. Okay, so there's the barge moving away from us. There's a tugboat, 1 o'clock, not sure what he's doing. Swing right, Swing right.
It's just 18 miles of a roiling, bubbling, wavy, disturbed water.
Yes.
That's what it was.
That's what it was.
With barges, man.
With barges all over the place.
Keep paddling. Keep paddling.
Holy shit, I got splashed right across the face.
Yeah, man.
This does not count as my break.
No, it does not. It does not count as your break. You get a reset.
But at some point, the endless peril weighs on you.
You know, all of us were so physically depleted that we would just end up crying a lot. Like, not crying because we're happy or sad or anything, just because our bodies didn't really know what else to do.
Then the Ohio comes in and it's a little stressful because then there's a lot of barges once the Ohio comes in and they're massive. I fell asleep, but I woke up and I could tell that the three of them were not in good shape.
We had honed in these shifts that allowed us to paddle and then recover. And as long as we stuck to those shifts, everyone was able to recover pretty well.
Hey Canoe, this just ain't a great spot, but we're just gonna stay with you through this next little section. I'm gonna see if there's anything barge related up here.
The problem was that we couldn't find any place to pull off, and that paddler had to keep going even though they needed a break. That was when we got into trouble.
We're just grasping at straws. I think I already know the answer, but there's no place on this island you guys can get to as far as we know, right?
Well, that's unclear. We could try again at a different location. But...
So I ended up paddling for another 22 miles after that.
But if you're that person, you are desperate. And there was one night where I actually lost my mind because we had to go 22 more miles. The fatigue was so intense that I just kind of shut down. I don't really even remember most of it. The guys just told me about it. It's pretty funny in retrospect, but it was terrifying at the time.
When we hit that ramp, I just laid down and I went to sleep. Ron came over and put a sleeping bag on top of me. It started to rain and somebody came over and put a tarp on top of me.
Scott came to talk to me, and in my mind, I was 100% certain that he's gonna tell me that someone died. And I was like, okay, Scott's talking to me, so it's not Scott who died. It's either Paul or Wally. Oh my God, Paul or Wally died. And then Scott goes, Judd, do you wanna sleep till 5 or 6? And I go, 6. He goes, okay, good. And I started to really have to dig in deep into places in my mind and heart that I didn't even know I had.
I can't believe how extreme this is, man. I mean, God, like what's gonna happen next?
It's my little friend.
When those places ran out, I was able to even dig further and access even further places that I didn't know I had. And so that's something that I'm incredibly grateful for.
I mean, it just feels like Sisyphus pushing the rock up the mountain over and over again. I mean, just every day is like, I can't believe we're doing this another day, another week. I mean, I think the biggest chunk of sleep I've gotten since May 14th is 2 hours. And I don't know what day it is, so.
I think I just heard you say something about there being a bunch of barge traffic. You got them southbound here in Linwood, lined up on both points. Alright, good job, team. We got, these two there. CO2, starboard, starboard.
These mammoth beasts with their single big eye just scanning the horizon. It's really creepy. It's like so sci-fi.
One night coming into Memphis, I looked on my screen and I saw 6 in a row. And there was one coming from behind that was catching us. And I just thought, these guys can't, you can't manage those wakes.
So that was the first time that Scott pulled us off the river for safety. In some ways that was incredibly frustrating because we were like cranking up the lead. But if our safety boat captain says it's not safe, we need to respect that. It's just like not even a discussion.
And that's the heavy part of it. The physical burden. I mean, Paul and I, any of these guys, we can sit in the boat and just crank all day long. That's not the problem. It's just the enormity of this challenge. It's the emotional part.
You know, I think we get beat down a lot in life, you know, whether it's our jobs, being disappointed by everything and everyone, maybe. You know, everybody's situation is different, but challenging yourself in, whether it be in a natural environment, like on a river, and doing it really, I think, can help build up your confidence. Everyone's gonna have hard times, for sure. Lots of failures. We all have failures, but don't worry, you can do it, you know.
You know, society is drifting away from being outdoor people. Yeah, one of the cool things that I think about the outdoors, it gets you out of that box. You can't plan that stuff, it just happens. And the beauty of everything is just going to happen around you.
Where I don't see nature as necessarily always a cure for things, but it's like a vitamin. You know, it's part of your daily requirement. You know, it's like vitamin N.
This stuff grows. I think it has babies.
I consider myself, and you can tell Moose this later, I consider myself the hydration expert.
CHO, Chief Hydration Officer.
Me and Daniela.
Don't put that in.
Now, if somebody else sees this, they'll say, what the hell, Brad? You know, who do you think you are? But we've had to tell people, back away from the table. We got this.
Mississippi race record, this is Cricket.
We got psyched up because John Ruski, who is the river gator, came out and he paddled out in this beautiful wooden canoe.
It's like a living legend coming out on the water, and they just appear all of a sudden. You're out on the river, you haven't seen anybody for days.
That's kind of how I figured the Mississippi would look if I met a dude that was a personification of the Mississippi River. That was him.
Wally told me he thought like, oh, I only really like cold watermelon, and that's probably not gonna be cold. But no, it was perfectly cold.
I love ice cold watermelon.
It had this really strange elixir he called lemonade.
And I was expecting like a country time lemonade, and it was like a salty agave nectar nourishment of my soul. I just looked at him like, man, I want to be this guy.
And then he's like, and now we gotta go, guys. All right, guys. And one by one, they each stand up in their wooden canoe and they go, and they dive into the waves.
It was like we're four smiling people in this canoe, and we're beat down and hot, and so it was a great lift, and it was very unusual.
Every time something like that happened, it was just another time where we felt inspired, and it just picked up the canoe, both spiritually and actually, because you paddle a little faster, and that canoe lifts up out of the water a little higher.
Ladies and gentlemen of the Maier and the Falcon, after almost 2,300 miles, there is just one Scott Mansker MR 340 certified canoe and kayak race. 340 miles left to go!
340. We average 6.5 miles an hour. So 340 divided by 65 is 4, 280, 334 minus 280, 54, 540, I'm sorry.
Your mental math process in itself should be studied as like an art form.
You can see the numbers.
Okay. If we go 5.5 miles per hour for the rest of the time, we'll be there 20 hours ahead of the record.
So guys, we have about 51 hours left with a 23-hour lead.
We are picking up some pilot help once we get to Baton Rouge.
I'm a towboat captain on the lower Mississippi River, and I heard they needed some help navigating from Baton Rouge down to New Orleans. A lot of traffic, a lot of ships, a lot of towboats, fleet boats, just a lot going on. So it's really important to have some help down here, some local knowledge to get through this part of the river. He gets tired. He never lets tired stop him.
No,
Tired's part of it too.
Oh man, I got this itch between my shoulder blades. It won't stop. And I ask Scott and Judd to itch, and they do, but I'm sure they don't particularly want
It's
to.
not the same.
Oh, doing good. My sister came to see me. It's so good to see her.
New Orleans, here we go.
Go to college, they said. Get a degree, they said. Thermodynamics, I guess. I'm finally applying the laws of thermodynamics.
Thank you. You bet.
Teamwork.
Yes, the guy's trying to set the record for paddling down the river. You want us to widen out a little bit, just see you on the tube, and let you hook the fleet, or?
Yeah, I can hook the fleet, that's fine.
And after Baton Rouge was where Scott's team sank in 2021. So I know that for Mansker, and I know that for Scott Miller, there was some real PTSD. And here we are now entering that space again.
Hey, I'm Pat. How y'all doing?
Second guy got on, Pat Gale. He's retired. He got right back in his groove.
Eventually we get to the place where Scott's team, their canoe had sunk. They had to be rescued by Scott Mansker. And fortunately, Miller was sleeping. He didn't even know. And it was a really awful place. Going through that industrial corridor truly felt like passing through the Dante's Inferno.
Obscenely industrial, like fires, lights, everything, and boats everywhere.
Huge ships all over the place and like nothing natural on the shoreline at all. And it was like 50 miles long.
You pick up scents, so like, it smells kind of good, but is it killing me? I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't breathe now.
Everything was like the enemy in Star Wars. There were some 10-mile stretches where it was like my lungs felt like they were on fire.
It's your danger right there, and they're all gonna get
All the current is over there.
It's an engine that makes America grow. I mean, there's billions of dollars of goods and services and infrastructure in everywhere you look. I mean, it's this huge engine of industry that's mostly out of sight for most of us.
And then the final guy, Phil Gandolfini,
Thank you.
he was definitely wheeling and dealing with everybody we passed.
Thank you, that's St. Charles. We appreciate y'all, man.
Appreciate it, Snowbell. As minimal wake as possible. We only got about 6-8 inches of freeboard.
Mile 100!
Welcome to New Orleans.
Hell yeah!
New Orleans. New Orleans, that's right.
I'll teach y'all how to say that before you go
I'm
home.
from Wisconsin, and I can't help it.
Okay, Bill. Here we are in New Orleans, man. It's a great honor for us.
Someone who was a big supporter of the team lost their son. And they asked us if we would carry their son's ashes from Lake Itasca all the way to New Orleans. And then when we got to New Orleans, that we would drop the ashes into the water.
We have carried Neil from the beginning of this great river. And now in New Orleans, we commit him to the waters, knowing that he lives in this place and in the hearts of many.
I can't believe someone would ask us to do that.
We're just some knuckleheads in a canoe. It's kind of a time to really take stock in what we were doing, you know. Cool down, don't worry about, you know, push. Just think about the moment and where we were.
Neil Diamond Bornson, rest in peace.
Yeah, it was really good for many reasons for that. I'm really honored that we were asked to do that. So.
Unfortunately, that moment ended pretty abruptly because we had like 6 hours of sustained headwinds after that.
And I kept thinking to myself, you know what? We're going to get this record, but we're really going to have to earn it at the end.
And I know we were all thinking the same thing. Are you kidding me? Please meet Mississippi. Please, come on. We worked so hard. For God's sakes, just let us finish.
Before we left, we thought that this was going to be something that the Mississippi River would need to give to us. As much as we prepared, it would need to be a situation where Mother Mississippi River gave us this and allowed us the opportunity to set this record. But then all of a sudden the conditions got better and the conditions turned to glass. That was when I finally allowed myself to think that the Mississippi River is giving this to us now. Let's go take it. And that's what we did. Yeah, in about an hour they're projected to finish. 2:30 a.m. We have a whole flotilla here. We got the Anita D, we've got Captain Jacob's boat here, we've got the Falcon, we've got the Mobetta, and we've got the canoe. There's 37 people.
The bug on the wing, and the wing on the bird, and the bird on the branch, and the branch on the tree, and the tree in the hole, and the hole in the ground, and the green grass grew all around, and the green grass grew all around.
I mean, this was like delivering a baby is the only thing I can imagine. Like, we are just delivering this baby for 1,800 miles or whatever from St. Paul, and then here was the culmination.
So after going 2,300 miles, we started racing our hearts out, and we were paddling so recklessly, so hard.
We got 90 miles, we got 80 miles, we got 70 miles. Suddenly it's 10, 9, these guys are just cranking. We're having a hard time keeping up.
It was stressful up until the last second. I mean, the guys started firing their pistons like a steam locomotive. There's lights everywhere. There's a dredge barge. There's ships. The people on the radio are guiding us in. You've got to go towards the second green light. No, the third green light. No, the red light. And just confusing. It was so surreal.
That's it. That's it. Guys, we did it. You did it. Woo!
Became clear without us even talking. We knew we had to climb up there.
I don't like heights. And I was in the front, and I'm like, damn it. We all climbed it, and I was nervous as hell up there.
we did it. We did it. The beauty, the fun, the suffering, which I think people could not even possibly begin to comprehend.
We had quite the journey, ups and downs. Every day it was like a roller coaster.
I have been through every emotion that you possibly can imagine. Did a lot of crying. Did a lot of soul searching.
It's a delightful thing to have that intense of an experience, and it's delightful for it to be done.
Bathroom close by. I got to go to the bathroom in the worst way.
Yes, there is.
I thought for sure I would be crying like a baby when they landed there, and I honestly didn't. It was more of just this immense pride to know what it meant to them, to see the joy in their faces, to see them hugging each other. I just felt joy and gratitude. I didn't want to come, and I came, and I'm glad I came.
I didn't know any of these guys well before getting into this. For a bunch of 40 and 50-year-old dudes to show each other this kind of love and vulnerability, it's pretty rare and really freaking special.
I think the thing that allows an adventure like this to create, lasting friendships and a deep bond is seeing all these new things. You're having to tackle challenges together, the lack of sleep. You're with somebody 24/7 and you're going through all this. I mean, that just brings you together.
And it doesn't take very long before you just drop the facade. You can just be real.
There was so much positive energy behind this effort. And I think truly that it was that positive energy that provided our team a lot of power in the boat. It provided our team a lot of power on the shores.
It did give me so much hope for the world. Because if we can do this in Mississippi Speed Record, we can do this anywhere.
I mean, it's really what you wish the world was like. It's really what the world should be like. Hey, we all want to make the world better. We all want to pull on this rope in the same direction and help each other be successful in this life. And I just hope we can find ways to recreate that in our lives.
I heard once that happiness, the definition of happiness, should be pursuing a goal of your own choosing. That's what happiness is. And I would add to that too, if you can do that with other people. And now look at this incredible group of people that are here. Is it ultimately that meaningful, the Record on the Mississippi? I mean, it's just a silly, fun thing, but it gets us all to do this fun activity together and get to enjoy the beautiful river. And I think that's worth something. I think that's worth something. Bananas, activate! Okay. Ooh, ah, banana, banana. Ooh, ah, banana, banana. Ooh, ah, banana, banana. Feel yourselves! Ooh, ah, banana, banana. Ooh, ah, banana, banana. Go, bananas, go, bananas, go, bananas, go, bananas.
Sleepy, deepy. My eyes are trying to deceive me, trying to take me down. Trying to bring me to my knees, to bow at the throne of tiredness and disparity. To the left, we have.
My biggest fear of this whole thing is that I'm going to pick up the accent, the Minnesota accent. I don't want to say bag. This is a bag, not a bag. I also find myself, I'm now saying oh.
Which means none of you needed to come and camp here.
No, don't say that. Table one in the south. Good stuff. You call everything Coke? Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, we say, you want a Coke? Yeah. Okay, which kind?
What kind? A Pepsi?
No. Well, no. Bite your tongue.
Welcome to MSR Summer Camp. Yay! Yay! Now here's Wally.
I would like to teach you a song.
Now,
It's about a superhero we like to call Joe Man.
Joe Man, 10%. Poop in the boat. On shore.
As soon as the drone leaves, I'm gonna pee, probably.
What's that?
So as soon as the drone leaves, I may pee.
All right.
All right, right over there we have the Russian spy yacht that's been chasing us all around the river. Very, very suspicious. There it is.
That's like a sweet shot, especially if they do a paddle flip. Bam. Nailed it.
It's a Dunkin' Donuts barge.
Oh yeah, Dunkin' Donuts.
Dunkin' Donuts!
Give a hut for the old drone. Hut!
Dang it, I messed it up.
All right. Inhale the bug.